So firstly, I want to say maybe for the people that are just getting started that want like they don't want to think about it, that want like easiest like, you know, these are the thing these are like tried and true things to go use. I would say, you know, some sort of project tracking system. So let's break this down like easy. We need some sort of project tracking system. So that can be an Asana, that can be a Trello, that can be, you know, whatever. And then from there, we need to get them into what other two types of things you think that people should get? So, because I'm trying to break this down for like the person who knows absolutely nothing. So, some sort of project management system I think is a must have in my opinion, especially in today's world. Some sort of. I also use a separate to-do list tracker because I have things outside of music production so I kind of like consolidate all my to-dos into one place, but Asana tracks all of my production projects. That's kind of the way that I do things. And it's a little wonky, a little clunky, but it works for me. And I know everybody's got the weird things. What are some other things as far as specific ways to make sure that they can keep track of their, you know, things? Do you suggest some sort of contract signing thing, some sort of proposal software or like proposal thing? The floor is yours.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Wow. Okay. So project trackers, let's start there since you started with that.
Sure.
Again, find what works for you. I prefer Trello.
Yes. Okay.
And the way that I set up project trackers is I have a bird's eye view. This is just every project that I'm working on at any given moment. And then from the bird's eye view, I have specific like artist trackers, right? So this is the specific tracker of like, okay, cool. Like this is the project we're working on. This is the song we're working on. What phase are we in with this? Okay. That's really all you need. You take your notes on like the like specific, you know, card or like project item that you create. That way everything is centralized. Other systems that you need, communication, right? We already kind of talked about this. Find a specific place to communicate that please isn't your text messages because those will get lost so fast.
So straight up, this happened to me literally last week. I forgot to, it wasn't in my email because I'm still like changing over some stuff of my processes. And it wasn't in my onboarding email of, hey, we need to communicate this way, a specific way. And I got lumped into a group text. That's how they decided to do revisions. And I was like, oh God, guys, this is not it. This is not it.
Oh gosh. Yeah. And
so, like,
once you get
into
that
was
situation,
a nightmare.
you can't really leave.
So, yeah, exactly. Nightmare. It's hard to go, hey, we're not doing this. Like, let's do this thing because we're already here. So we might as well just finish it out. It was only a song. It wasn't that big of a deal. I just got through it. But now immediately that, you know, we are emailing, you are finding a designated person to send or however that's how I do it is email, but it can be, like you said, through something like Slack or a communication platform.
Yeah, preferably something where you can search for things. So again, text message, horrendous. WhatsApp at the very least, because it's kind of like texting, but it's not going to get lost in your text messages like app, right? So if you use WhatsApp very specifically and only for project communication, that is like at the very least, like you can do that. I definitely prefer something where I can share more files. Like for me, Slack is the ultimate go-to for that. If you do use something like Basecamp, or I think Asana also has messaging features, you can just onboard them onto your team there, where you have like a team chat that you're then able to talk to people via and then share files there.
And I believe ClickUp is the same way as well.
Yeah, ClickUp is expensive.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
They have. I've only worked in it a little bit.
Yeah, it was almost too much for me. It made my brain hurt a little bit whenever I got into it. And I was trying to mess around with it, just checking it out, and I was like, this is. I mean, it's cool, but it seems like a lot to set up.
Yeah,
a simple thing.
It's a lot to set up. It does everything. which is great.
Yeah. It's
You
also
don't
a
need
bad
everything.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You need something simple, right? Keep it
Yeah.
simple. Yeah.
Yep. I generally
So yeah.
suggest Asana or Trello, which is basically what we use.
hmm Yeah. Trello doesn't have a chat. As soon as Trello adds a chat, they're going to be unstoppable.
Yeah.
But for now, Trello does not have a chat. But Trello is free,
Mhm.
and I think Asana is also
Asana is also
free.
free.
There's a free
Yep.
plan. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've used it a few times. It's just Trello is where I set up all of my systems, and that's just kind
Yeah.
of like it works for me.
No,
I don't
it
feel the
makes
need to
sense.
migrate to something else unless I have a client that's like, "Hey, we use this app. Can you please get set up?" And even then, I'm like, "Yeah, if you pay me enough, then yes, I
Yeah,
will.
yeah, yeah.
Adopt
For
another app
sure.
for you."
For sure. So we have
So
project management and then we have communication. So Slack
mhm,
being, I would suggest like Slack, email, or even at a basic level, WhatsApp being like your
mhm,
3 overview options there.
yeah.
And then outside of that,
Outside of that, I think the other system, find a naming system for your songs and your projects, right? So every single time you do a new export, save a new project, that's going to save you so much time. And then find a way to ID the projects. So for me, I used oh God, it's been a while. I would classify songs into 3 different categories, like exports that I would send an artist. There would be the
okay.
idea, which is like the general, track, form. There would be and then there'd like be the final mix, right? So I think
Okay.
those are the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
ones. It's like I would say, or there would also be a rough. So just kind of like
Yeah.
because I did a lot of more like sync slash like co-writes collaborations, and so I was sending
Yeah.
roughs back and forth with people, and so I would just name, I would just go up in numbers, right? So I would send idea 1.0. If I made a slight edit to it, idea 1.1, right? Idea 1.2. As soon as you make like a significant change, idea 2, right? Just go up
Mhm.
in your numbers. Never say idea final, because then you're going to end up with idea final final, idea final final. Mix
Yeah.
this one, yes please. Um,
Yeah.
so for me, I classified things into the phase of the production, and then the like number of export, right? And so like we would get
Gotcha.
up to like final mix version 6, right? And just kind of like keeping track of that, because then like in that case the artist can be like, okay, cool, this version I liked, version 2.4, let's go off of that one, right? Versus saying, hey, I liked this one. They send you the audio file, you have to listen to the audio file, figure out what
Yeah.
version it was, because at that point they kind of all sound the same.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, figure out ways to name things. And honestly, a lot of the work with systems and stuff is going to be done at the front end. You need to set expectations for the artist, and as soon as you
Mhm.
set expectations, they know what to expect. So they're
Yeah.
not going to put you in a group chat with their entire band while they're arguing over
Yeah.
revisions.